It's Flying Friday. Today, free birds fly the coop. I'll start with a spoiler warning. Although I don't plan on saying much about the plot, the slideshow images will likely reveal some twists and turns the movie takes. Now, so does its own trailer, which I didn't watch ahead of time, so I had the sweet bliss of ignorance and the pleasure of being surprised by how nutty this movie gets. Now, is crazy fun? Sometimes. And the movie's impact is much like the 3D stereo. It's a mixed bag of experiences. Like many of the jokes, large swaths of the film are a bit flat. It's of a style that uses a very shallow and flat background. So it's often like watching a puppet show on a 2-inch stage against a painted wall, except sometimes it's not. There are really good shots mixed in. One moment, the forest is a wall, and the next, we are treated to a rich forest tapestry. It's still relatively shallow, but there are shots that are absolutely blooming with 3D life within the short stage they are working with. And to the stereographer's credit, we get genuine pop-out moments scattered throughout the film. Not a lot, but enough to keep my eyes entertained. Sometimes these pop-outs felt a bit weird because the background was so shallow. It made what came out of the TV extremely noticeable. These fun gun barrel shots felt like I had opened a pop-out book. Often the rich depth in a movie can obscure the effect of a pop-out. It's interesting to see it presented this way, though I prefer the deeper backgrounds. Also, despite the shallowness, we do get some neat moments of background, transparent wall, and turkey while we visit this strange setting, similar to a cage shot, of which we do get a few of those as well, giving a decent viewpoint of looking through wires and fences. Now, there are some interesting particle moments of, well, whatever this moment was, and a few bits with fire. Now, as I mentioned, though, it is a mixed bag, and large portions of the movie are disappointingly shallow. One stunningly unfortunate missed opportunity is this classic cloud tunnel shot. It appears custom made for 3D stereo, but it's presented nearly flat. Very sad to see. There are also moments where they wander around some tunnels, you might say. The geometry naturally suggests that we should be able to look deeply down these hallways, but it's so flat that it's actually a bit confusing to the eye. Story-wise, what did I watch? What a strange little movie. It just walks on the line between good and bad, occasionally stumbling to one side or the other for a bit, an occasional laugh and a plot that is easy to follow despite its many twists. I dare say it even manages to be a bit poignant, just a bit. For me, its absolute oddness is what kept me invested. It's definitely not a forgettable movie. It's a story about food and where food comes from. But consider this. The enemies in this movie are starving people. Not inconvenienced, not indulgent, but actually dying of starvation. They show one of them drop dead of hunger. And this is our enemy. To that end, it actually rang quite true of life in this world. Everything is eating everything else all the time. After I upload a movie review, I get about 3 weeks of YouTube recommending everything under the sun related to whatever that movie may have been. When I reviewed Piranha, I ended up for weeks on end seeing live feedings. Of course, you click on one and then it's hyenas eating zebras, lions eating calves, alligators eating monkeys, and so on and so on. But what struck me wasn't so much the kill, but the complete indifference to the suffering. But people aren't indifferent. We see, we cannot be innocent. We know what we do. Yet we hunger, we eat, we make clothing, glue, and jello. For some, they may feel entitled. Others may try and refuse participation. I think both positions are a bit smug. We are neither better than the nature that sustains us, nor can we achieve a detached innocence of it. We dream of ourselves as a part, but we are not. Our life, our comfort depends on a steady stream of life. We are only special in our ability to observe it. And if there's a meaning to it, I think it's to humble us. There's a value in our meals. It meant everything to something, and we should at least try to be worthy of that value.